Hey, this is Austin Nichols, and this is FR Conventions. You know, when I started acting, I always wanted to play characters that were very different, and everything, like I was really into the idea of characters. And when I got One Tree Hill, I didn't have time to create a character because we had to start shooting right away. So I went into it saying, I'm just gonna play myself, or Julian's gonna be similar to me, because there was just no time. And there's actors that are presentational and actors that are representational, and representation is character and presentation is yourself, really. And I realized many years later that presenting something authentic that is close to yourself, to being yourself, there's a connection. The audience connects with you easier because you're not trying to play someone or be a character. So I think there's merit in both ways, of both acting styles, you know, whether you're a character actor or whether you're just kind of being yourself. They're both cool, but when you see what happened with this show and with Julian, and you see the way the audience connects, I think something happens between the actor and the audience when you reveal your true self. Yeah, I didn't work very much with Lee Norris. I didn't work very much with Robert Buckley or Chantel. I would have liked to have worked with them more. I'm trying to think if there was there was people on the show before I got there, like Brian Greenberg, that I would have liked to have worked with. You meet all the people years later, you meet all the people you didn't get to work with. You're like, oh, hey. Yeah, it's really fun years later because you forget a lot, and it's fun to rediscover it and see it again and go, oh yeah, I remember doing that, or I totally forgot about that storyline, or you know what is happening with those characters. And then also you see stuff and you go, whoa, I can't believe they wrote that and we made that, because after time passed, it's like a time capsule, and some things age really well and some things don't age very well, and you kind of go, oh God, I can't believe we did that. I think, you know, there are scripts that are written, and the executives, the people that read scripts and make decisions are looking at them. And, you know, they've given some notes and there's some back and forth. So I think it's, it's in a good place. It takes time. And right now in our business, things are slower than ever and slower than usual. So those decisions, I mean, if it were up to us, you know, we'd be going, but sometimes it takes a while. Yes, we had to get on a bus and drive 2 hours north of Atlanta to shoot my big scene in the church where I yell at everybody and I'm very mean. And we all were riding in the bus together, and I had such a fun time with all the ladies, and just meeting them, getting to know them, hearing their stories, and talking about the true story of the 688. And I wish I would have had more time on the movie. It was very short. And then I got to go to Chattanooga, Tennessee and do my other scene with them. And yeah, it was short-lived, but when you're a part of something that's a true story like that, it just feels bigger than when you're doing fiction. And I just felt really lucky to be cast and to be in the movie. No, never met, and she was lovely. I remember Tyler Perry has an interesting way of shooting we don't really rehearse, and you're suddenly brought to set, and there's 3 cameras, and it is just go. So it was kind of like, hello, Carrie, hello, Mrs. Washington, Tyler's over there somewhere, but there's no time to like talk, or there's none of that. You just start shooting. And I remember there was some back and forth between Carrie and I, like, okay, yeah, like it's a very weird way of shooting, but it's very cool. I really liked it because when he has 3 cameras going all the time and he can reposition cameras and you just stay in it and you don't cut and like take a break and take 2 minutes, and there's none of that. It's just go, 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 go. So it's a very cool way of working, and it was really fun to watch the way he does that. But it does sometimes, actors get a little uncomfortable because it's not the way we usually do it. So sharing those experiences with the ladies, and then when we got in the van and we were going back to the hotel that night, you know, you talk to some actors and they're going like, I don't know if I was any good, and you know, we just did it so fast. And but ultimately when you see the movie, they did such a good job, and Tyler made a great movie out of it. That was really fun. Yeah, I mean, that one was just a fun little dream that happened. Like, I got a call and they said, get on a plane and go to Australia. And I'm like, Australia? I've wanted to go to Australia my whole life. I've never been. I'm there. So I was down there for a month and just fell in love with the country and the people and the ocean. And it's so beautiful, and they have the best coffee in the world. And I think I could live in Australia. But yeah, it's fun to be a part of a movie like that I knew as a kid, and you know, they make it again, and playing a sort of a pastor, spoiler alert, you know, playing a pastor who might be the bad guy, or you know, the audience might think is the killer, is really fun. I don't think I've ever done anything like that before. It was really, really cool. I did a show called 6 Feet Under, and it was on HBO, and I did 2 episodes, and it was a small role, but it was the first time that I felt something change. And my manager said, the phones are ringing, and I remember going, oh, I was so young and dumb, and I didn't know anything. And when she said that, I was like, oh, okay, like, I kind of understand this better. Like, you know, when you do something that gets some attention, then people start, you know, calling, and I was like, bring that guy in, let's see what he can do. So I remember 6 Feet Under was a moment that it felt like it was changing. And then John from Cincinnati, which was also on HBO, was one of my favorite jobs I've ever had. That was a really cool show. Did 1 season, very unique, very strange. It was about surfing, a family of surfers. And then One Tree Hill was huge because it changed my life, and I did 4 seasons and got to direct the show, and you know, it has this fan base that is just a juggernaut that lives and lives and lives on.